Hey, it's Lori. I got a bunch of food behind me right here that we're getting ready to prep up. So I'm going to share that with you. What are you looking at?
You can say guys.
Oh, John's sitting over here at the table, so I guess I have to start over, right?
You should.
Hey guys, it's Lori. Is that better?
That's it.
Okay. Here's a quick overview of some of the stuff we're going to be prepping up today. I'm going to get some of these steaks ready. We've got some chicken breast in here. This isn't full. It's the 10-pound bag, but it's not full. It's just it has a few pieces in the bottom. We have a couple of roasts that we're going to put in and get cooked, a 10-pound ground beef, and some of this extra lean ground beef, and this is going to be for John's round of hCG, and so is the chicken and some of this other stuff, which I'll show you when I'll show it all to you when it's done and explain what I'm doing with it. This is going to be for, well, actually this and this and this is going to be for a dip that I'm making for today, because today, as I'm recording, is February 11th and it is Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm going to make this for a Super Bowl snack. And the potatoes is for a lunch that I'm going to be throwing together right now. It's going to be a late lunch, but it's going to be a lunch anyway. So I'm going to start getting some of this started and I'll show you everything I'm doing. Oh, and I wanted to mention that I'm making a taco dip, and it's going to have lettuce on top. And this is the lettuce that I just, like I said, this is the 11th. I just got this 2 days ago from a Walmart pickup order. It's dated the 13th, so it's dated 2 days out. I don't know if you can tell. I'm trying to get it in the light better. This looks horrible. I'm not going to use this. It's all brown and nasty looking. There's no way I'm using that. So I have some romaine. I guess I'll have to cut that up instead. But this was supposed to make things a little bit easier. I have the potatoes all cut up in the Instant Pot right now, and I have 3/4 of a cup of milk in here. I'm going to do 3/4 a cup of chicken broth. Then that's what I'm going to cook the potatoes in the Instant Pot. I shouldn't have anything to drain, and I should just be able to mash them up, throw some butter in. Yeah, okay. Here's the potatoes. Hopefully they're not too runny. That's just a little piece of peel, if you can see that spot in there. No big deal. I usually don't get every single piece of the peel, but most of it anyway. John's vacuuming, by the way, if you can hear that. So I'm just hoping it's not too liquidy, but we'll find out here in about a minute. They actually turned out perfect. Absolutely perfect. They have a little extra pepper in them because I accidentally opened the wrong side of the pepper shaker. So Chase laughed at me, didn't you? Yeah. Anyway, they turned out perfect. Okay, let me show you my big mess. I know, John's vacuuming. It's going to be loud. This is some of the ground beef, about 2.5 to 3 pounds of it for John's hamburger pie that he wanted. I mean, everybody's going to eat it, but he's the one that wanted it for his fat loading days on his hCG round. And there's mushroom soup and cream of celery soup in there as well. And over here we have crushed up some of these corn flakes, about 2/3 of the box, I would say, right here. And I'm going to add that to this. Here's layer number 1 right here. Potatoes are going to be layer number 2. Then we're going to do some cheese. Here's layer number 2 and layer number 3. Here's the dip that I'm making. So far, if I can tip it.
It smells like onions.
It smells like onions, yeah. So far, we've got refried beans, we've got the guacamole, shredded cheese, and sour cream. Now I need to put this meat on it, but it's still too hot. So I'm going to go stick it in the fridge, I think, and cool it down. Here's the roasts, both of them. I cut all the fat off because for John's hCG diet that he's doing, he's going to be like Jack Sprat. Can eat no fat. So it's a really lean meat diet. So it's seasoned up real good with some Montreal steak seasoning. And I'm going to put these in the Instant Pot and get those going. Okay, this meat is chilled pretty good now. I actually set it in the freezer. So I'm going to put that on top of here. I know that probably looks kind of gross, doesn't it? But I'm going to cut that. I'm actually going to rinse off the seasoning first. And then I'm going to cut it up for the dog and the cats. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to put the meat on and finish this stuff off. I don't know if I'll need. Yeah, I might as well use it all. Just have a little tiny bit left in there. Okay, Oh, I want to put some cheese on it first. That's another reason I wanted this to be cooled off. I didn't want the cheese to actually melt because this is going to be a cold dip. Oh shoot, I forgot to put, guys, I am just not with it. I forgot to put taco sauce on. Why isn't it coming out? Hold on. It just needed a little rinse. Whoops. Now it's coming out. I'm not sure why it would be getting plugged. It's just taco sauce. Okay. There we go. Some cheese. Here's the lettuce. I cut up some romaine instead of that nasty looking shredded lettuce. Still have some Christmas plates left, so instead of dirtying up a bowl. And some tomato. There we go. So there's the taco dip. I have the scraps in here in this pan cooking up for the animals because, and John's jealous of the fur babies right now because he likes the fat, by the way. But I rinsed it all off, all the seasonings, and I'm cooking it for him because it was getting close to its date. So I'm going to cook it up for him. It'll last a little bit longer. Over here is the hamburger pie. It's all done. It just came out of the oven. Looks a little bit greasy on top, and that's just from the cheese. I didn't add any kind of butter or anything to it. So, and yeah, so it's got all the meat mixture, the potatoes, the cheese, and that's about it. Extra pepper. Oops. I don't mind extra pepper, but I mean, everybody else doesn't love extra pepper, but that was an accident. I shredded cheese. I shredded some, this is the fine shredded, and I also shredded up some not fine shredded, some regular shredded cheese too. It's already in the fridge though. I didn't show you the cheese shredding because I thought you've seen me do that plenty of times. So, and here is taco meat. This one's the one I didn't put the lid on yet. Yeah. So we got 2 full containers here and another one here with the taco meat. And all this hamburger pie, and that'll last hopefully a few days because after today, John can't have that. And I'm not sure I'll eat it left over, but I know the boys will. So there we go. That's what we've got so far. Just like that, it's the next day already. Oh my goodness. I got busy. I got tired. I'm like, I got to put this stuff away and finish it up tomorrow. So I was just done for the day. I got some of this stuff back out and we're going to finish up this food prep right now. My hair is, I don't know, not sure what's going on with it, but it's a hot mess. I do know that. Okay, let's get busy on the rest of this food. I'm going to start off with this chicken breast, and I rinsed it all off. Just, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to rinse it off because it's been sitting in the fridge overnight, but I always trim off all the stuff anyway, but for this, I really need to have no fat on it, so I'm going to make sure it's all trimmed off. Some of it might look like it has a little fat on it, but actually I thawed this in the microwave, so that's why it looks like that. If I'd realized I wasn't going to finish today, I wouldn't have done that. It would have thawed just fine in the fridge. So I'm going to weigh it because he needs to have, his portions need to be 3.5 ounces for his protein. There's 3. Let me get some tongs because I'm trying to keep a clean hand. How much is this one? That's... hold on. Winston. That's Josh. Josh is sitting on the front porch, and apparently Winston just saw him out there. So anyway, this one's 3.4 ounces, so we're going to keep that one. I'm going to set this on a plate and end up dirtying up a bunch of dishes, doggone it. Oh, well. It'll be all right. Oh, just about lost that one. Okay, so this one is 3. Do we have any little pieces? I think we do down the bottom, but that's all right. Too big. 3.6, that'll work. And let me see. I like to try and see if I can't get it just right. I didn't make your chicken, I'm sorry. That's too small. Yep, 2.9. That's 3.6. That'll work. Okay. $3.4. Do you want it, Chase? Do you want me to make you that?
Yeah.
2.9.
I haven't eaten today at all.
All right. Didn't you take your lunch?
Huh?
You didn't take your lunch?
No, I had lunch there. I just didn't eat it.
Okay, I'm gonna get the rest of this weighed out and I'll get back with you. All right, the chicken is all measured out. Got it started over here in this pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of it on. I have it seasoned with this Kinder's blend, the salt, pepper, garlic, and that's all I'm gonna season it with. I'm not putting any oil in the pan or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna get this all cooked up for him and have that ready. And next, I think we're gonna go ahead and work on the steak next and get it going too. Okay, so I have some of these pieces. I did not trim off all the fat, but I should probably just leave it on there because I am gonna cook these up for everybody, but I don't know. I don't like fat on my meat, so you know, that's just how I am. So I'm picky enough that I give the fur babies the scraps and they end up with plenty of meat on theirs too because I'm too picky. But this is kind of marbled. There's some down here in the bottom that isn't so much right here. I'm going to cut this in strips. Let me turn the scale back on. We're going to do 3.5 ounces, and you want to do it while it's raw. You weigh it out while it's raw. Come on. And then when it's cooked, it's not going to be 3.5 ounces anymore. So you weigh it when it's raw for this diet at least. So, okay, I'm just going to cut some of this in strips. Okay, there's 3.5. I should put some gloves on. I have 8 servings right here. I have 8 servings made up of the steak strips for John, and I'm going to get those cooking real quick. Then the rest of this is going to be cooked for everybody else. Oh, and I'm going to be seasoning this with Montreal steak seasoning, and I am going to cook it all together, and then we'll weigh it again and divide it by 8. One reason to make the steak in strips like this is because it doesn't seem like quite as small of a portion as a tiny little piece of steak seems. If you have like a few strips, it just seems like a little bit more. While we're waiting for the steak and the chicken to finish cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get the burger patties made up. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? I guess we'll just do this and then get another plate out. I have so many plates dirty. We'll get another plate out for the ones that are finished. Okay, so again, 3.5 ounces, and I know he's doing a lot of beef, and if you know anything about hCG, it's best to go easy on the beef, but it's what keeps him satisfied, and it seems to work for him. So I'm going to grab some more gloves, and we're going to get these pattied up into 3.5 ounce size. Let's get them all. That's too big. Yep, 4.6. I'm pretty good at guessing on the ground beef. 3.6 there. Okay. $3.6, that works. $3.6 again. Woo, I'm gonna roll. Ah, 3.9. I shouldn't have put that extra little bit on there. All right. There we go. I'll get back with you when I get these all made up. Okay, I've got this all portioned up. I just need to make the patties. The animals are lucking out because they're getting the extra bits that's left over. It's like, okay, what am I going to do with this extra 2.5 ounces? Couldn't give it to them. They'll like it. All right, hold on. Let me grab, I don't want to melt this glove to my hand, so. Just to be safe, I'm going to use a hot pad. All right, we're going to get this Yep, it is zeroed out, and we're gonna get this weighed up now that it's cooked. Oh, I don't really need the liquid though. Hold on. Let me get rid of the liquid. Okay, here we go. Put this in here. Oh, I dropped a piece. I'm trying not to get the liquid in there. I don't want to weigh the liquid. Okay, we've got 20.2 ounces. What's 20 divided by 8?
20 divided by 8 is 2.5.
Okay, so 2.5 ounces is the serving after it's cooked. So I'm probably going to add a little bit of broth to it. Now I don't remember what I said. What's 20 divided by 8?
20 divided by 8 is 2.5.
Josh, you answered before she did. Well, Josh and John are quicker than Alexa when it comes to math. They are so good at math. Oh my gosh, John's so good at math. He has people at work ask him questions that he's like, seriously, you don't know that? It's like, honey, you got to remember. You got to remember, you're like really good at math. You don't even have to think about it. He just knows the answers. It's like he has a calculator in his brain, you know? Anyway, I'm going to get the steak in the pan first, then I'll weigh that up into portions. Okay, we got our patties made up. We got the steak cooking over here for everybody. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, oh my gosh, 3, 6, yeah. Okay, I need 2 more bags because we've got 8 portions. Let's scoot this over a little bit. I'm just going to put them in these small little bags because, well, if I put them in a regular bag, there's going to look like this tiny bit in the bottom, right? So, all right. Let's get as close as we can to the 2.5 ounces. Here's a little piece. I'll save that in case I need a little piece. 2.5, perfect. And I'm not going to worry about touching it because I got some gloves on. 2.2, 2.7, 2.4. Try to get as close as I can. It's 2.5 right there. Okay. 2.2. 2.5. Yes. I'm on a roll, guys. I'm on a roll. I'll get back with you. While the burgers are cooking, I'm going to take this beef that I did in the Instant Pot, which I already let some of the guys eat some of this. So, you know, there's not quite as much there, but that's fine. This is plenty for John to have plenty of this on his round too. So I'm going to go ahead and get this portioned out into 2.5, between 2.5 and 3 ounces in a serving. So probably closer to 2.5 though, because he wants to be pretty strict. So here we go with this, and I'll get back with you in just a second. If I can get this to zero out, I'll be all set. I got quite the mess going on here, but that's okay. I can't believe this happened, but this meat with the roast and everything, it turned out to be, I counted all the portions. It turned out to be exactly the portions he's going to need for all of his meals. So all of his proteins are done, cooked up, prepped up ahead for his entire round. So I'm super happy about that. Before I get everything all bagged up and packaged up for the freezer, let me show it to you. Here I am showing you this pan. Let me zoom out a little bit. I got soapy water in this pan, so don't look at that. But here's all the steaks ready for whoever wants them. That's the fur baby stuff. Here's all my bags I pre-opened. Here's all the chicken breast. These are the steak strips. This is why I said, let me show you before I get it all bagged up, because you can barely see it in there. But there's all the steak strips, the roast beef, and the burger patties. And it's all bagged up, ready to go. Burger patties. We've got roast beef back here. We've got chicken breast, and we also have the steak strips here. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.